Attorney Popovich is stating the owner of the property has a signed purchase agreement in place. I don't know with who and I don't know for what. It's supposed to be closing on the property in 2022. If proof of the signed purchase agreement is given, then and the sale does go through, the township will hold off on a citation being issued then. I've not heard anything.
Richard asked for that, though, didn't he?
He did ask for that, and I have not heard anything, and that has been a couple weeks now. So I will touch base with him on Monday. House Bill 4722 regarding short-term rentals has stalled in the Senate. So after the holidays, we'll see what happens with that. The Planning Commission has agreed to keep their regular meeting dates on the first Wednesday of the month, beginning at 9 a.m. After the public hearing on the master plan on December 1st, the Planning Commission adopted the 2020 Manistee Township Master Plan, via Resolution 2021-01 PC, and now recommends to the Township Board to adopt the 2020 Master Plan. The Planning Commission also made the recommendation to the Board to adopt the countywide park and recreation plan with the proposed changes, but to not adopt Appendix E. The Wire development off of M22 and Cary Road may be in violation of the private street standards of the zoning ordinance. Wildwood Trail, which is a gravel road, runs the entire length of the development and currently has 4 homes built on it or being built. However, 2 other homes are being built on the roads branching off of Wildwood Trail. The limit is 5 homes according to our ordinance. It appears the landowners are responsible for maintenance of the private street. I've been in touch with Mr. LaGuire and now his attorney. I talked to Guy about this, and Mr. Anderson, the chairman of the Planning Commission and the Road Commission, we're trying to figure out a way to continue to have homes be built on Wildwood Trail and the development. So we're trying to figure out a solution.
Our ordinance requires when the 5th house is built, or before the 5th house is built, for the road to be hard surfaced in its entire length. The zoning ordinance requires it. It's expensive. And
For a mile and 3/4, yeah.
Yes.
And the landowners are resisting, the developers resisting. But, I mean, if a fire truck or an ambulance has to get in there and it's a private road, it's built to gravel standards for the county. So it's 66-foot wide easement, whatever the base is supposed to be, sand.
It has all the culverts and
All the culverts and the ditches and everything are there,
It's just gravel.
but our zoning ordinance, the current, since 2009, requires that road to be improved before the 5th house is built.
Well, as you just suggested, the concern was with EMS, fire rescue.
That's the issue.
Hard surfacing isn't a problem for them. They go on lots of gravel roads.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. I mean, we've got a lot of gravel roads.
Even on 2 tracks necessary.
So maybe the issue
We
is
just,
who maintains it. I mean,
Who plows it mostly?
yeah, if a guy with
well, it's a private road, the road commission won't plow it.
no.
And I know from my experience in Cadillac, we had a subdivision, similar thing. They only put 1 coat of asphalt, and the road commission wouldn't come in until they had the 2 because of the trucks. And that went into a huge lawsuit against the contractor.
The developer.
The contractor, yeah, the developer of the subdivision. But as far as our trust goes, we'll be able to get in there as long as it's to the gravel roads, the specs of the county.
And it's made.
The one thing we would want to see is it rushed back too, because we don't want to run into what Onekama did on the dead end of Chief Road, where it went from a regular sized 2-track down to a single lane 2-track, where they got the engine in and then they had to cut the trees out to get the engine back out. So, if you're
I
gonna
don't think
change
that's-
anything on the ordinance, have some, so they
That's,
at least maintain brush.
I drove the road and the road is, it's a quality road.
It is a
The
one
quality
speaking
road.
of-
Today
Today.
it is, yes, it is a quality road. Okay, so just to put that out there that that is going on. And then finally, I have a 2021 report as my first year zoning administrator. I have prepared packets for, attended, and reported at 10 planning commission meetings, 1 planning commission work session for the master plan, 2 public hearings involving the planning commission, 1 planning commission special meeting, 2 zoning board of appeals public hearings and meetings, attended and reported at all 12 township board meetings, received 7 complaints, resolved 5 of the 7 complaints. The 2 outstanding complaints are the one on Chippewa Highway and the Old Kennedy School property. Issued 37 zoning permits, reviewed and approved 5 parcel divisions. Received, reviewed, processed, and completed 119 construction permits. Received, reviewed, and processed 199 inspection sheets from the building inspector. Received, recorded, and filed 15 re-inspection keys, hopefully tonight. Completed the 2020 Manistee Township Master Plan. Large-scale projects, the completion of Maple Ridge Manor, Memory Lane detailing, and I am happy to report, after months of communication with Chris Hardy, an engineer working for Culvers, they have decided to push forward with the Culvers project after receiving positive feedback from the township. A special land use permit application and site plans have been received.
Cool.
Questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anything going on across the street?
For the month of November, we had a total of 15 activities. 2 were fire related, 9 were medical related, and there were 4 station trainings and meetings. We had a total of 50 officer hours with the chief, and total medical training and other activities and complaints was a total of 19 hours. For medical, Shelby had 5 runs. Frank, Joe Circa, and Dan Nieski had 2. For November Fire, there was Jimmy Evanson, Steve Bernash, and then myself with 2 hours. The apparatuses, 131, the AC is not working. We're still waiting to get into Accurate Truck. They're in the process of moving their facility from the small one over to the big one. And we do have an update, and we confirmed with Spartan that the general warranty will expire on 12/17 of 2022. So the AC will be covered underneath that, and we have authorization for the place that we've been using for a long time. 137, our brush truck, on the male end of the jump line, that's the quick line that we grab and we're able to go. The male end is aluminum, and it's oxidized and basically pitted out, and it needs to be replaced. So we'll be ordering that part here soon, and we'll have Manistee City, they have pressed, be able to press that coupling, and they'll hopefully be able to assist us in getting that repaired. Station, we still have that faulty light switch
Why is
issue.
that in bold, why is that in bold letters?
Just a reminder. Just a reminder. But the light switch is still faulty. It's work in
I
progress.
apologize.
The station generator is installed and up and running. And it was just in the nick of time because this past day when we got all the snowfall, it was down. Guys that came, they responded to the 2 calls that we had back to back, and they really didn't even realize we were out of power till they were pulling back in and everything was dark. So it worked flawlessly. We're still working on getting our Monday night. It's supposed to be a weekly test, and we have that Monday at 7:15. in the evening, and we're still working on that to get that program right. Equipment update on the revenue sharing. We'll be ordering the 2 low-profile 6-inch intake valves and 3 of the 30-degree 5-inch elbow spurs fittings, which 2 of those fittings, it was a joint revenue sharing thing. 2 of those fittings will be going to East Lake. So we'll be looking for the 2 intakes and then 1 30-degree elbow. And that's work in progress. Request the board pass the memorandum, resolution number 2021-20, and that's regarding the AFG grant and the battery power extrication tools and the telecrib strut jacks. If you have questions,
It's later on,
Yep.
we have an agenda for later.
Frank will be present. Personnel, we're pretty fortunate to have the personnel we have in the sacrifice they make to provide service to the residents and the visitors of Manistee Township. On a sad note, Chief Charles Barron and firefighter Ben Blakely have resigned from the department. We are currently searching for a new chief. This position has a lot of requirements set by the state. We do have one person that is interested and does meet all the requirements set forth by the state. Training facility, or training. We reviewed the new DeWalt power tools that was purchased out of the revenue sharing grant. We did some search and rescue, medical review of the stair chair, the operation of the stair chair, and they did some drills, put people in there and take them up and down the stairs. Pump ops on 134, truck checks, and SOP reviews. Former Chief Barron will assist in the transition once the new chief is selected, so he's not hanging it all out. He'll work with the new chief once that decision is made to bring them up to date on our operating procedures. Questions? Okay. On behalf of Manistee Township Fire Department, we'd like to thank Manistee Township Board for the support they provide to the fire department. Thank you.
Any questions from Sarah? No, Sarah, thank you very much, and again, if you'd express our appreciation to everyone across the street, we appreciate it very much.
Will do.
Rick Klaus, our liquor inspector, is working. Email for the month of November 2021, there are no violations. All establishments in Manistee Township are in compliance with state liquor law. Township update. I don't have much going on other than everybody's anxious to see the bridge open. I was on the bridge day before yesterday, talked with those people. They were working in the bitter cold. They're doing the uprights on the guardrail. The guardrail will be like a segmented thing that you can see through. I'm going to use the example of High Bridge. The assembly crew will be here the first of next week, and the engineer suggested that should go pretty rapidly. The roads are striped. They have one more concrete pour to make. So it's getting close, but not yet. They anticipated before the end of the year. That's the best he could do at this point, depending on Mother Nature. The roundabout, that engineer is going to go to the roundabout on M22 and 31. That construction will start in April. And Sam touched on the generator. That's all I have. Anyone else? We did receive an official letter of resignation from Chuck as the chief. He was the chief of the township fire department since 13. Yeah, since 2013. August of 2013. There's no better trained or better equipped department in the county. We thank him very much. He's not here, but I think we should send him a letter of appreciation from the township board for his years of leadership over there. Manistee Township Master Plan Adoption Resolution 2021-18. Who would like to reference that project? Guy? John? Karen? Somebody?
21-18, I got 21-20 under my nose here, but I don't see 18.
Okay, so is it ready?
Yes.
It's ready to go? And as you suggested, it came from the planning commission that it's ready to go?
Yes, they approved it at the December 1st meeting, the planning commission did. It's been an ongoing project for a couple of years now.
It is the 2020 because it's taken some time to get it put together.
Yes,
So it's effective until?
5 years,
Okay.
so 2025.
So I believe you have a copy of the resolution.
I do. I'd make the motion that the township board adopt resolution 2021-18, which adopts the new township master plan.
I second that motion.
Been moved, supported that we adopt resolution 2021-18, referencing the Manistee Township Master Plan. 5-year master plan. Discussion? Call roll, please.
Mr. Dunn?
Yes.
Mr. Fino?
Yes.
Ms. Jankowitz? Yes. Taylor is yes. Mr. Burgess?
Yes. Thank everyone for their hard work in this plan, put it together. Dwayne, if you convey that to the planning commission, please. Next is Manistee Township Park and Recreation Plan Resolution 2021-19. This is a 5-year plan. That's been worked on by Networks Northwest. We were contracted by all the municipalities, I believe. Right? I have a question before I ask for a motion. This has been a subject of, well, it's been beat up quite a bit, but Appendix E of that plan is still in the plan. And map 3, pages D, E, F, H, and I, J, all have Manistee Township parcels. Is that going to remain in the plan, in the hard copy?
Not for your township.
My concern is that it has property owners' names on it. And that, if I were one of the property owners, it's not that it would bother me, but is that necessary?
For trail planning efforts, yes. But you're not adopting that portion of the plan.
No, we're not, but it's still a plan.
But it
It
doesn't.
still goes out there, right? Everybody else gets a copy of that plan with those appendages in it.
Yeah, but they don't govern your jurisdiction.
I mean, that's public information.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can go on the county's website.
I got an app on my phone that shows.
I do as well, but my question is it necessary, and why does it have to be in there if it isn't pertinent to the township? If nothing else, save the ink. There's a lot of color in those pages.
Yeah, the route outside your township, those communities are adopting those sections of the plan because they've been working on the establishment of the trail along that railroad bed.
I understand. I just think that
Yeah, we can remove those pages, from the document, but the ease of just not adopting it is much simpler than removing.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It is. I'm not trying to queer the adoption of the thing, I'm just suggesting that those pages don't necessarily need to be in there.
More information than needed.
Yeah. So is that possible?
Yep.
To take those
Yeah, we
pages?
can just delete those out, the landowner maps when they cross over to the township.
I'd entertain a motion to adopt Resolution 2021-19 for the adoption of the Manistee Township Park and Recreation Plan.
I'll make a motion to adopt the Manistee Township Park and Recreation Plan number 2021-19 with the agreement that was just stated. And removal of the pages.
Is there support?
You want to make sure you're not adopting that section at all. That's,
So that's in our resolution.
yeah, okay, I just want to make sure that's in there.
We're not adopting it in the resolution.
Section E in its, appendix E in its entirety. But for publication and distribution, I'm asking that those pages be removed.
Okay.
From just ours or everybody?
Everybody from the plan, period.
No,
Yeah,
just the
well,
ones that pertain to our township.
Yeah, this is township stuff, yeah.
Yeah, D, E, F, H, I, and J.
Is that all right?
I think that's right, yeah.
And I support it.
Been moved, supported that we adopt Resolution 2021-19, adoption of the Manistee Township Park and Recreation Plan. Discussion?
I want clarity on the wording of the motion. On the removal of the pages. I want clarity on how we want that motion written.
John made the motion to adopt the resolution as written, 2021-19,
Right.
as written,
Mm-hmm.
with the addition of removal of the pages from Appendix E, pages D, E, F, H, I, and J.
I'm sorry? D, E, F,
H, I, and J.
H, I, and J. Those pages.
Correct, John?
Yep.
Further discussion?
I didn't read all the pages, but I witnessed that with Dennis's reading and Rob's approval.
Call roll, please.
Mr. Fino,
Yes.
Ms. Jenkins,
Yes.
Taylor is yes. Mr. Downs,
Yes.
and Mr. Burgess.
Yes. Motion's carried. Item number 5 is the city sanitary sewer service compliance ordinance number 2021-04. I think we got it fine-tuned to where we can live with it. After several modifications. Now, we accept this and then it goes to the city, they gotta accept it, correct?
It's,
Yeah, because they haven't accepted it yet. So this will be, the ordinance as written, satisfactory to Manistee Township, forwarded to the city for their review and adoption. second?
I'll support it.
So moved, supported that we adopt ordinance number 2021-04, reference of city sanitary sewer service compliance ordinance. We adopt it, forward it to the city for their approval. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No opposed? Carried.
Do you want to roll call?
Well, we can't do all, huh? Call the roll, please.
Ms. Chambers?
Yes.
Taylor is yes. Mr. Bennett?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
And Mr. Burke?
Fire Department FEMA grant application resolution number 2021-20. Frank, most, I believe you're here referencing that. Thank you, Rob.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much.
I don't want to interrupt you. For those that don't know me, my name is Frank Olson, I'm with the Manistee Township Fire Department here. And we're requesting that the board approve an application to the Assistance Firefighter Grant Program, FEMA, for $65,513.
513.
Of which there is a 5% match requirement by the township. That number is $3,120. The grant application specifically is for battery-powered extrication tools and cribbing, as well as some tele-crib strut jacks. The extrication tools are intended to replace the hydraulic tools we have that were donated to us several years ago by the department downstate. The problem that we have with the current extrication tools is they are attached to hydraulic lines and pumps. The problem becomes, for us, is we can use one tool at a time. So when we're doing an extrication, we operate one tool, have to disconnect that tool, put another tool on, etc. The battery-powered tools can act independent of each other, so that each tool can be used independent of that. They all run on batteries. The struts are intended to stabilize the vehicle if it's on its side or on its top, and that's for the safety of both the victims and firefighters involved in the event. The cribbing kit, we do have some wooden cribbing, however, it's difficult to handle, and with the kit, it comes in bags so that one firefighter can utilize this bag and actually set up the cribbing instead of 3 or 4 firefighters grabbing what cribbing they can carry and trying to stabilize the vehicle. So that was the purpose of that. I guess at this point, we do have training, many of our firefighters are already trained in vehicle extrication, but the vendor will provide the training specific to their tools for this. My recommendation, or our fire department's recommendation, that the board approve the grant submission. The grant submission, it has to be in by close of business on December 17th. At present, the grant is completely written. We'll save a few tweaks, and I'm working with the treasurer trying to get the budget numbers in the grant that they do require certain budget number information. So I'll field any questions if you have.
Question?
I guess the biggest question I got is I remember going over the budget and we were finished pretty tight, and I don't know if there's $30-some hundred in the budget for that, is there?
Well, right now, if the costs were $65,513, at 5%, our cost would be $3,275.65. Currently, that $3,200 would come out of the fire department maintenance line. They haven't used it yet, it's still available.
Okay.
If this were to carry over into next year and not be accomplished before June 30th, then that budget could be readjusted, or we could revisit this one when we get closer to it arriving. But it's my understanding that this grant may take several months to process before we have an answer as to whether or not it will be available to us?
The first cycle of the grant is going to be late March. They have like 60 cycles that they go through that go almost a year. I would be very surprised if we were one of the first ones. Typically, that's air packs and turnout gear that they issue.
My concern is, having the funds available and redo.
At this point, yes.
Then I would make a motion, whoops, I don't know if you ready for a motion, Dennis, or if you want more discussion.
Well, we'll have discussion after motion, but the floor is open to Frank, if anybody has. Then John, you're on.
I'd make a motion to adopt the resolution to approve FEMA grant submission for the fire department vehicle extrication equipment.
Is there a second?
second.
It's been moved and supported that we adopt resolution number 2021-20 to approve the fire department to apply for a FEMA grant to the tune of $65,513, of which our cost is 5%. Any further discussion?
I do have one question for Frank. This resolution, if it is approved at the meeting, is that included in the grant? I mean, like, does this go along with it?
No,
All right,
just in the narrative, I would indicate that there was a resolution that was approved.
that's all I
Anything
have.
else? Call the roll, please.
Taylor is yes. Mr. Dunn?
Yes.
Mr. Pino?
Yes.
Ms. Jankowicz?
Yes,
And Mr. Berquist?
Yes. Motion carried, resolution carried. Item number 7 is the 2022 tax map and assessment roll, maintenance, tax rolls, tax bills, and computer service contract. That's a bill from the county to collect on their taxes. Last year was $420 a parcel, I believe.
409.
This year is $422 per parcel. And I don't have the tally sheets here. Do you have the total sheets? No?
For last year?
No. Okay,
This is the contract for 2022?
Right.
Yeah, there was a bill for 2021.
right, yeah. So, we need to approve this contractual service agreement with the Manistee County. Is there a motion?
I make a motion that we sign the agreement between the county and the township for $4.22 per parcel to create the tax bills, the maps, the assessment roll.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Then move supported, we enter the contract between Manistee Township and Manistee County for the tax maps, assessment roll, maintenance, tax rolls, tax bills, and computer service contract at $4.22 per parcel. Any discussion?
Where does that 420 something come from?
The 422
Yeah.
is listed in the middle of paragraph 2. You're asking where it is on here?
No, I'm asking where does the money,
What budget?
funding come from?
Well, we have an administrative fee on our tax bill, and so I would think that's administratively how we get the tax bills is out of that money that I collect off the tax bill. So when you pay your taxes, there's an administration fee on the bottom.
Administrative fees.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so that's where that money would come from, as well as the next one that we're gonna talk about.
Okay. Thank you.
Did we,
We need to vote.
it's been moved, supported, all in favor?
Right.
Aye. Being none, carried. Item number 8 is the 2022 state education tax, summer tax collection contract. And that is between Manistee County and Manistee Township, and that's for $1 per parcel. That's been $1 per parcel for quite some time.
And I motion that we enter into the contract between the county and the township to provide those tax bills and tax roll and receipts for the state education tax.
Summer tax.
Some tax.
Is there support?
Also,
So the move supported that we enter into a contract between Manistee Township and Manistee County for the 2022 state education tax summer tax collection. Any further discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Being none, carried. Thank you. The 2022 annual calendar approval. Wow, boy, that was hard to get out. We've made some changes. The most pertinent change is that the February meeting at this point will more than likely not take place for lack of a quorum.
January was moved to the first Thursday instead of the second.
Correct.
And November, I think is different.
November always has to be moved.
Yeah.
Move back.
November is currently scheduled for the first Thursday.
For the first Thursday, which is the third. Those are the only.
Few changes.
You're right.
I make the motion to approve the annual calendar 2022.
Is there support?
I'll support that.
It's been moved, supported, the 2022 annual calendar be approved. All in favor? Aye. None opposed? Carried. You have a copy of the bills?
I'll make a motion to allow the bills paid as presented, along with any additional incoming bills for the month.
Is there support?
I'll support it.
Been moved, supported that the bills for November 1st through the 30th, plus any incoming for this month be paid. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Being none, carried. The MTA will meet in March. Border review is here next Tuesday, December 14th at 6 p.m. to correct errors and omissions. Board of Appeals, if there is one, do you have one yet?
Not yet.
Board of Appeal will be January 4th, if there is one. Planning Commission will meet Wednesday, January 5th at 9 a.m. here at the hall. The next regular board meeting of the Manistee Township Board will be January 6th, 2022 at 7 p.m. here at the Manistee Township Hall. On behalf of everybody here at the Township, we wish everyone a Merry Christmas, a happy and safe holiday. Check your smoke alarms, clean your chimneys. Any other comment? Motion's in order. What?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second? I'm not gonna sit here much longer. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Then moved, supported, we adjourn, all in favor? Aye. None? Thank you very much.